Hey guys, MC Mura here. Early this morning, Capcom put out the gameplay trailer for Mai in Street Fighter 6, and I'm sure every YouTuber already made their book face video about the character and her being broken. I'm not convinced. As a matter of fact, I am seeing some major red flags when it comes to Mai and how she probably may function. As you know, with Capcom, there is always a khazoo. Things are never that straightforward. So we will let the trailer play out, and then I'm gonna break down like what we saw that is important, and why I think there's some very big. Well, let's get into it. I'll talk about it as we go on. I really don't think Mai is what you think she is, right? And this got me because I thought maybe we have special intros back, but it doesn't seem to be the case because they revert back to like full screen and not the round start fight distance. I would love to see special intros though. By the way, I do think she looks a lot better now compared to the World Tour model, although she still does look amazingly young. She looks like a 19-year-old. It's kind of weird, especially since they kind of aged up Chun-Li. So that is a weird, that's a weird thing. It's weird seeing Mai so young. Yep. Good old Fireball Drive Rush. What we all knew is coming, and that supers look crazy. And obviously you had to have that wind pose. It's Mai after all. And that is the City of the Wolves skin. That looks so amazingly good. And they gave her that uppercut. And now fireballs, bam! Fireballs are back. And we got buffs. Hourglass figure, as they say. And these are the parts where everyone is like... I'm a little bit sick, by the way. And you know what's funny? Mura time a little bit. Like my birthday is tomorrow, actually, the 15th, and Capcom gave us the Mai trailer, but then I got sick, which but as you know, I like Mai, so I had to do this anyways. So as you would imagine, people lost their mind. I will say particularly because of the bouncy fireball, like the sections where she gets to throw the fireball and then the fireball bounces. We're gonna break down what we're seeing here, but before I do that, I wanna address the big red flag with Mai, what everyone is probably not noticing. So Capcom did put out a blog post, and by the way, she does look kind of sick actually, and it looks like Jury is gooning over Mai anyways. They said that they are making all of her moves a motion, no more charge, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is what it is. But here is the devil in the detail. This is the one where you really have to pay attention. This is the big issue with Mai. Right? In a match, Mai uses fans. I'm not gonna try to attempt that. Throwing her cute fans like a fireball. Okay, fan toss. When used normally, the fan loses to other projectiles. It didn't say the fan trades with other projectile. It's the fan loses to other projectiles. And your opponent's strikes can knock them down. So the fans will lose to other fireballs and it will lose to strikes, physical hits. If you charge them down, it can no longer be neutralized by strikes, and in addition it will bounce. So what Capcom is saying is a regular fireball will flat out lose to other projectiles, and this is something that they didn't show in the trailer whatsoever, by the way. And it gets deflected by tackle moves. You know what this means? You're trying to be cute here with Mai, toss your fans, and bar knuckle! And he goes straight through, bunches you in your cute little shin. And the same with like a Honda headbutt, a Blanca ball. This fireball will straight out lose to tackle moves, right? This is a very big issue. And if the regular fans straight out get deleted by other fireballs, again, we have to see it because the terminology is a fan loses. They didn't say it trades. they said loses to other projectiles, then this means that Mai can't effectively engage in fireball wars. She have to use the OD projectile. See? Because I'm seeing people, oh my god, she's gonna be Guile with mix-ups. Did you actually read what Capcom is saying? Because what they're saying means that this is not a projectile that you can just throw out. This is a projectile that you have to set up because the charge timing is long. And again, let's watch that trailer together. Notice that you will never see Mai using a regular projectile versus Chun-Li's or reused projectile. It's always the OD or the charged version. So this is a heavy punch, heavy kick, and this is a sweep. I will say the heavy kick does seem to have pretty good range to me, and it seems like it's a punish counter, will set up like a crumble state. She steps really into it, so I imagine this is gonna be, I imagine this is more like a forward heavy kick, kind of like Akuma's forward heavy punch. Seems like that type of move. Very close to Juri's heavy kick as well. Seems like it will give her a punish counter combo. This is very generic in Street Fighter 6, right? Jumping into a target combo that knocks down, and then they show her forward grab, and this is a forward grab that tosses the opponent really far away, right? So I don't imagine Mai as a character that is gonna throw you mid-screen and then drive rush and gets okay, as you probably want her to charge that fireball. Again, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. And I do have one other big pressing concern with Mai as well, but I'm gonna get into it a little bit later. Don't look cool. Crouching glide kick into jab into the elbow, and this is good. Elbow is a knockdown. This is very similar to what Terry have with crouching glide kick, glide punch into bar knuckle. Good meterless knockdown. Seems like she recovers at a good position here. Now here is the fireball clips, and here why it gets interesting. Regular fireball, this appears to me like a 47, 48 frames of sort fireball. It doesn't seem like it's amazingly insane. And the charged version, that is definitely like a 60 plus frames. That is like 1 full second. So if your fireball that is like a legit projectile, I understand it's multiple hitting, but if the legit projectile is a second plus, this means that you have to set it up. It's not a projectile that you can just throw out and do well. However, the fact that there is a gap here, and Mai can grab you, that actually is huge, because as it will show later, she does have an overhead, she does have a low, so the idea of a low overhead is a very real prospect. So the fact that the opponents will most likely try to parry, but you can grab here, like in between the heads of the projectiles, that's actually really good. Seems like the fireball will be really good if you happen to be able to set it up really well. So that actually is a really big deal. That's really good for her. Jump into a target combo. They did say that this is a target combo, and if you use it, like you can cancel into the dive kick. Backdash seems good. Her flame spin, this is pretty much what they described it. It's very close, similar to like a DJ Sobat, where the light version, if spaced, can be safe, but the heavy version and the OD version, as we will see later, launches, so that's cool, right? Fan toss. And it does seem like there is a less, the recovery isn't that insane. This actually seemed like a pretty good setup. So I imagine with Mai, you would either go with the elbow, and the elbow leads to knockdown, where then you get to press, or you end it with fire spin, and that gives you like a good knockdown, where you can set up the fans and throw them so that you are getting like a mix up here. Right. So it seems like she does have like a fireball that you have to set up, and this seems like a good way to set it up. I'm seeing her recovery here seems very great actually. Medium kick, this medium kick seems fairly solid, seems to have good range, very similar to what Bison and Terry got. Okay, that's good. And they gave her like a legit uppercut. Chun-Li is doing Hazanshu, and they flat out said in the blog post that this is an anti-air. So jump in and then combos into level 1. And this is the thing, right? So one thing I really like about Mai is that they gave her the super as a level 1, because traditionally this is always have been like a really powerful anti-air super, and at least in King of Fighters you can throw the fans and still be able to do it. It's not considered a fireball, so maybe you can throw the fans and if they jumped you anti-air them with super, that seems good. But what's more important, what they said is once you do the super, Mai actually gets an install. She gets like a fire stock, I believe. Notice here you will start seeing flames on her, or like on her model, and now there is like flames on the fans. See this? So Chun-Li is gonna throw a fireball, but then they are showing you that the charged version. I do think actually like you don't even need charge. I need to see that. Is this a charged version? Yeah, it's a charged version. Like the charged version outright beat it, so you're getting like multiple hits of durability, it seems. That's actually pretty cool. And obviously Mai does the drive rush overhead, which seems really fast. So level 1 with Mai is the utility super. It's a hit, but at the same time it's a utility super. It what gives her a buff. I like this in concept because not many characters got utility on their level 1. Level 2 for the most part is where you get the sauce, where you get the mix-ups, where you get the installs, where you get the crazy nonsense. So seeing a character have that on a level 1 is actually pretty interesting, right? And then she charges it, throws a fireball, go low overhead, and then she gets like a combo crouching medium punch into the fire spin. Level 2, which does a ton of corner carry. Now, I do have a couple of questions. First, does the flame stocks carry over between rounds? We need to know that. Like, can you choose to spend or not? Like, we do know that her supers and specials will all get enhanced. But can I use the enhanced version or not? Is it like a Ryu Season 1 dungeon? Or does she get to use it or not on command like it is with Ryu now, right? This seems like a medium punch. She cancels into the OD Fireball, and the OD Fireball seems like it will be actually pretty ridiculous because you do get the bounce immediately without having to charge it, and it looks really fast. Overhead, combo after. This is the clip that got everyone coming. So she did like a medium punch into the OD flames, but this didn't combo, by the way. See this, like Ryu returned it to neutral. Ryu now is crouch blocking, but then she did an overhead, it hit him, he's in block stun. So even if you happen to land this on hit, there is like a follow-up mix. Also obviously the opponent can just parry, right? But can you grab them on hit? And then she did cancel into another fireball, when this time went low. So they're showing you that if you got the OD Fireball to hit, you can go for a high-low mix-up. So she went with a crouching medium kick into the heavy fireball, into the heavy spin, which Capcom did say is a launcher, and then followed up with an uppercut, right? So that's pretty cool. This is the OD Fireball, and OD buffed up Fireball. They said that it was the OD Fireball in general, like you can charge it, and if you do, like we will throw another one, and then you can spend even more meter. So she's turning yellow here. She threw it, and then she did another one. So this probably seems like a 3 or probably like a 4 bars move. I'll be surprised if this is like a 2-bar move, but obviously the flame buffs also buffed her her moves as well. And now it seems like the elbow is having like a better juggle state. See this? Elbow is setting up better juggles, but at the same time the projectile went way up. And one thing that I actually really like here is the effect on the level 1 after the buff. I think actually this is like the effect from Final Fight 3, I believe, which is really cool, right? Parry, punish, cool combo. And this is a combo that everyone's like losing their mind over. So it seems like once you do get the buff, I do wonder like what fireball is this? It seems like once you do get the buff, the projectile becomes stronger, right? Yeah, it seems like once you do get it, the fireballs are actually a lot stronger. But they say that you do have 5 stocks, so it's like once you do the level 1, are you only getting like 5 fireballs? Like, did she use a stock for this interaction to make her fireball actually work against Hadouken? We need to see that. OD elbow is a launcher. I think this is something that we all kind of expected. Combo into a medium punch, into dive kick, into level 2 super, which is a ton of corner carry, and this is a flat out meter dump drive rush combo. Nice. Level 3 super, which obviously is a cinematic. So I don't know how to feel about Mai overall. What I do know is that she's not simple. She's not gonna be Guile, who's just like throwing out fireballs. As a fans, at least the regular one, seems like it will need some setup. It's not something that you will just use whatever, willy-nilly, whenever you want. There is a lot going on here, and I don't see Capcom dropping like an uber easy to play ultra strong character this close to Capcom Cup, because she comes out like a couple of weeks before the Cup. So we will see. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Mai? Do you think she looks strong? Do you think she looks weak? I know that everyone always thinks character looks broken early on, but there might be some issues here. Anyways, we'll have to wait and see like how she will be when she comes out. She does have a crushing medium kick that is special cancelable, by the way, so there is the potential for a crushing medium kick drive rush, and her drive rush seemed pretty good, and she does have an overhead, so a lot of good boxes to tick. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.